This woman got caught seducing an inmate. What follows is utter humiliation at the hands of the detectives.
This is Charlene O'Banion, a prison officer being accused of sleeping with an inmate.
You felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes.
After hearing rumors from other officers that had seen her and Jason Parker together, an investigation was opened up. Charlene thinks she flew under the radar and got away, but what she doesn't know is that the detectives have all the evidence they
Ain't
need.
no way they got a CD. What is this, 1944? God damn, alright.
And they're about to expose and embarrass her in the most brutal way possible.
You gotta lie.
That's what I like.
Head game. Oh.
Ain't no way, wait.
You gotta lie that head game. Oh my God.
Right from the start,
Bro, Charlene O'Banion, more like a Ronald McDonald, cause you a clown.
plays innocent and pretends she doesn't know anything about the allegations.
We're notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker. So
Jacob,
we're
you
here for
dog.
that, and I just kind of want to talk to you about it and get your side of that story.
I don't know anything about it. I mean,
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail?
She's
phone calls or
smirking,
anything
bro.
like that?
no.
None at all.
Charlene is sure that this will work, but the detectives have much more evidence than they're letting on.
And where would you think that this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Okay.
He got out of here for, I don't know what period of time. And he tried to contact me on Facebook. He sent me a message and I
Sliding in
blocked him on
Facebook DMs?
And I guess one time Parker was going back to Pequot to use the bathroom and he was talking like at the window with me. And I guess Coker like didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her or something crazy like that.
So.
Oh yeah, the possessive inmates, of course.
Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago.
Charlene claims that the only time she's had contact with Jason was a single time outside the jail bathroom, and it was a jealous inmate that started the rumor. But
Right.
the detective is about to share some evidence that instantly proves that Charlene is hiding something.
I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from, but I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded.
Wait, how, what? How idiotic. Of course that stuff is recorded, like, obviously. So how did this person not know? Like, there's no way she doesn't know that stuff is being recorded.
I don't
Is this
think
person just
you're telling
stupid?
the truth. Well, I kind of know that you're not, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you.
This is like robbing a bank and being like, oh, there were cameras? There was a security camera? Idiot.
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't, like, it wasn't anything like that.
Oh, you know this guy for years. Interesting.
Apparently, Charlene and Jason knew each other before prison and messed around before they both ended up here. This led to them joking around with each other here, but nothing else. Or
That
at
makes it
least
interesting.
That's what she claims. In reality, the cops have recorded phone calls from inside the prison that tell a completely different story.
Hey, yo, I read what, during an interview, Montgomery says O'Banion confessed to having...
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone. I thought.
No,
you were
I just
talking
mean
about phone.
conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point.
A little
Is what-
sucky? The Glock
No,
Glock
that was-
4900?
We never dated. We just.
Okay. What kind of
The
conversations?
Dyson
have you had with him
vacuum
since
cleaner?
You started working here and he's been in the jail.
I don't know, just talking about what would happen after he got out.
And then the jail call recordings. Have you been talking to him like while you're at home? Like he calls you from the jail while you're at home, or? Okay.
Mhm.
Just 15 minutes
Mhm.
into this interrogation, Charlene's original story is seeming less and less like the truth.
Well, she
She's
lied,
been caught
obviously.
in multiple lies, admitted to having sexual relations with Jason in the past,
Jason.
and calling him regularly from her own home.
Right.
This is highly irregular behavior for a prison officer.
Wait a minute. I don't think it's okay. It's probably irregular to lie about all these things, but I think if you have a female officer guarding a male prison, isn't that like a common trope for relationships to go on? Like that's like mocked about in TV shows like all the time. That always happens. That's why you don't have female officers guarding a male prison. At least I don't know. I think it's pretty common. Not gonna lie.
I haven't listened to this, but apparently there may be some talk in the calls about like photographs. Have you given him any photographs?
Mm-mm. I gave him a photograph of his mom, which he had asked
his mom,
for, and of
right.
his dog, Jax.
His mom.
Have you given him any photographs of you?
No, because
There's only one reason he would ask that, if he had photographs. So
One of
ooh.
the things we're gonna be doing is like looking at cameras and stuff too. Has there been any times where y'all were alone?
Why are you lying? They said they're gonna look.
Anything like that? Anything that's gonna
Oh my
look suspicious
God.
that way?
I don't think so.
It's important to
I don't think
remember that
so.
Charlene has worked at this
Of
prison
course,
for a
this is
while
in
now.
Ohio,
And
dog.
as such, we'll know all the ins and outs of everything such as security camera blind spots and patrol officer schedules. You'd think that with all this knowledge, it'd be easy to hide a relationship with an inmate. But it seems that she forgot about a few vital pieces of information.
Yeah, she forgot about the goddamn security cameras, which is the most dumb thing I've ever
Not
seen.
least the facts that all phone calls placed from the prison are recorded. But thanks to the detectives, she's about to be reminded of this fact in a
Oh,
devastating
or maybe she avoided the cameras but not the phone calls. But
Baby, guess what?
What, babe?
I just won the blackjack game.
that is hilarious, by the way. You just won a blackjack game. Totally not in love with you.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Come home.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of giggling.
I was trying to make you think I have all these secret things.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What?
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 They're way too happy right now,
You probably got
bro.
this weird sex swing hanging from the ceiling. Kenneth probably thinks it's a swing set.
Oh, if I had that.
Wow, this is embarrassing. This should be a form of torture, honestly. This is ridiculous. I mean, obviously, they need to do this because she didn't fess up immediately, but they literally told you they've been listening to the calls and you still said no. They had to do it, man.
When you better believe I'd leave that sucker up for you.
Would you really?
What even is a
Hell
sex
Yeah, that
swing?
makes
What
sense.
even is that?
yeah.
With a gag ball and everything?
A swing? That can't be like safe, bro. You're gonna fall off, you're gonna break something like.
There's no evidence that the pair have actually engaged in any sexual acts.
True. There's only like phone recordings, so maybe they were having those talks but never actually did anything. But I guess that's why the detectives are investigating to make her admit that she did something physical as well. But they were talking about oral, so meaning isn't that indication that they've done something? I guess you need legitimate like footage of it to convict someone, maybe.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Hmm?
And you got a live ass fucking head game. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that's what I thought.
It wasn't
can't-
my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
It was Charlene. She's the one who said, like, even after that head game comment, you can say that, oh, it's a joke. Maybe they're joking around. Maybe they're talking about before the prison sentence started. But after
Head
this, I think it's incriminating, right?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny.
Oh,
Just going back and thinking about
Yeah.
that.
It gets you horny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And you felt me, I was
yeah.
like soaking through my clothes. It
That
gets
is
very horny
disgusting.
very
That
easy.
is
I always wanna have
disgusting.
that. Like, that's not even.
Not good.
I mean, I feel like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so
Look at
fucking
her
horny.
face.
No, like of course, like I only get horny for you.
Oh
You kinda
yeah,
see
for
how
you.
that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than
What
3
is she
years
gonna
ago.
respond to this, bro?
No.
The audacity she has to say
Oh yeah, that was I was actually talking about the head game I received 3 years ago, right? That's what I was talking about. That was probably the only defense she could use. Like, I just remembered that one time from 3 years ago that it was so intimate and so awesome. Soaking through my clothes though, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. Not in real life, not in a prison situation, not there is no context in which it's like an unsolicited PP pic. Nobody wants to see that shit or hear that shit. Disgusting.
the detectives try asking her if she thinks Jason would cover for her, and she still doesn't break, sticking to her
Oh.
story that everything that happened outside of prison. Technically, this story could still be true with this phone call, but it
No way.
definitely is odd for the couple to be recounting events from over 3 years
Exactly.
ago in such detail.
It
as-
was just really good head. It was some Dyson vacuum cleaner, all right? It was a new model, of course.
especially when earlier she struggled to remember any details about their relationship.
You talk about how profound this was. Like,
Profound.
This blowjob was. But you like don't remember anything about it. That
I
profound.
mean, I gave him. How do you describe the? I mean, is that
Well,
what
I
you
don't
want
want
me
to
to
know
do?
like about the problem. Just
Yeah.
so if this is
Oh, I do wanna know.
thing that happened 3 years ago.
You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but
Mhm.
you remember being in the blow from 3 years ago. Find that hard to believe. Okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's blowjobs, that
All right. All right. All right.
Yeah,
All
fine,
right.
being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Just as the detectives say, things really aren't adding up. Yet she's still sticking to her story. Or
At this
least
point,
she
you give up,
was.
man.
I might have given him a blow back then.
Might have. I might
Is that part
have.
of the
Potentially.
How long ago? was that?
Probably.
I don't know, a few months ago.
The secret's out, and
Ooh, and that is hook, line, and sinker, baby. That is game over right there. That is the admission. That's all they needed. Game over. GG.
Charlene has confessed. But this matter is more complex than it may seem. In cases of
What about the
officer-inmate
friends?
relations, the main question that arises is the issue of consent. Given that
Oh.
Jason and Charlene knew each other prior to being in prison, it's not wrong to assume that consent went both ways in this interaction. However, in these cases, that's actually completely irrelevant.
Oh, power dynamic makes it non-consensual. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah. Damn. Because the guard always has way more power than the prisoner, meaning they can exploit that power to extract favors from them.
According to a 2005 report, federal law criminalizes all sexual relations and contact between prison staff and inmates.
It's a good
and
law?
that all sexual relations between staff and inmates are considered abuse, even if the act would have been considered consensual if it occurred outside of a prison. In 1996, it was estimated that between 12 and 14% of all prison inmates had been sexually assaulted, and the
Whoa.
officers were rarely punished. So to prevent this, a zero-tolerance policy was introduced to try and prevent abuse towards
Okay,
inmates.
not gonna lie, I understand that policy. I totally understand that policy. Like this might have been consensual considering they previously had a relationship, but yeah, I mean you can't do that in a prison, man. When there's a power dynamic, there's an officer, there's an inmate, like you can the officer has all the powers. They can literally be like, do all the shit for me, or I'm gonna beat you up, or I'm gonna do this or that. I'm not gonna give you food tonight. I don't know. It's like there's tons of things you can do.
I'm gonna ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
You're going to jail,
that's,
buddy.
That's not really up to me. Internal affairs.
Losing
is
your
where
job is your worry?
investigation is separate from ours because it's two totally different things. So
Yeah. What kind of charges? What, like?
so it's illegal to have sexual contact with
That's
an
one.
inmate as an employee.
Mm-hmm.
So I said the ball kind of be in their court, but
I guess
I'll
that's
let you
the
know as soon as I
only
hear
charge,
something.
man.
I mean, Would I go to jail?
Please,
That's
yes.
up to you.
If this is no, I'm
As
gonna
it
lose
turns
my
out,
mind.
Charlene would lose her job, and the only time she'd ever be allowed back in jail would be for the 100 days that she'd be made to
Okay.
serve after being found guilty of sexual activity with a person in custody.
Okay, 100 days seems somewhat fair, but I personally, I don't know. Maybe I'm a dictator or something. I would have given way more. But anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Click this video for more content. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.